Beyond the veil, there is an ability to see beyond what we see with our eyes. When we close our eyes, something else opens, a quieter vision, a deeper knowing, is not bound by the physical world, not limited by what can be measured or proven. Children live closer to this place, not because they are taught, but because they have not yet been untaught. Children do not arrive knowing what is impossible. They have not yet been trained to doubt what they feel, to dismiss what they sense, or to explain away what they cannot name. Their reality is wide and unguarded. The unseen is not frightening to them because it has not yet been labeled unreal. The veil has not yet fallen over their eyes. My name is Bree. This is a story of experiences not shaped by anyone else's definition of reality, but by my own. I am an only child, the only female child of an only female child, of an only female child, as far back as I have been able to trace, 6 generations. The odds of this are 1.56%. Numbers like that make people curious. They want explanations. They want meaning. They want to know whether something so rare carries consequence, whether patterns like that echo forward, whether they leave a mark. I have wondered the same. Did this lineage grant us something extra? A heightened sensitivity? A thinner veil? Or perhaps it is simply that we were listening when others were not. My memories begin unusually early. I remember being 2 years old. I remember sleeping in my crib next to my grandmother's bed. The room felt vast to me then. Ceilings high, shadows deep, furniture large and solid, like it had always been there and always would be. I remember the sound of the television as I drifted toward sleep. The voices blurred together, comforting and distant, like they were speaking from another room even when they were right beside me. I remember the clock, encased in gold and glass, standing tall against the wall. Inside it, a carousel slowly turned, the figures circling endlessly, marking time in a way that felt gentle rather than strict. Time did not feel heavy then, it did not press, it simply moved. I remember the clawfoot tub, smooth and cool, the way water echoed when it filled. I remember the smell of soap and warm steam, the hush that came over the house afterward. I remember every room in our 3-story brownstone on Cooper Street in Camden, New Jersey in the 1960s. The house felt alive. Not haunted, but inhabited. In the evenings we gathered in the sitting room. It was lit by oil lamps, their glow soft and amber, casting shadows that moved slowly along the walls. We had electricity, but my grandmother preferred the lamps. It was habit, she said, but I think it was more than that. The lamps made the night feel intentional, sacred even. My grandmother's name was Georgia. She was a strong woman, but never harsh with me. Her strength was quiet, rooted, Southern-born. She carried herself with a certainty that did not need to announce itself. In her lifetime, she had been a midwife. She had ushered souls into the world with her own hands, had stood at the threshold between worlds and not flinched. She was deeply spiritual. Church was not something we attended. It was something we lived. There were church meetings held in our house, sisters gathering in the sitting room, voices raised in prayer, hymns filling the space until the walls themselves seemed to hum.
God bless. And the devil can't stay. Listen. Don't play with me.
I did not understand the words then, but I understood the feeling. Reverence, connection, presence. By the time I was 4, the house had become my kingdom. I played freely through all 3 floors, my footsteps echoing on the stairs, my imagination filling every corner. I had a kitten named Mayo Mayo, black as night, sleek and quick. He loved the peach tree in the backyard. He could climb up effortlessly, disappearing into the leaves, but he could never figure out how to come back down. That task fell to me. I climbed after him without hesitation, scraping my knees, gripping branches, determined and fearless. I never thought about falling. I never thought about danger. I just knew he needed me. They were as real to me as the furniture, as the walls, as the sky overhead. I did not pretend they existed. I knew they did. I spoke to them, listened to them, trusted them. The house was not just a house, it was a castle, and I lived inside a story that felt ancient and familiar. My mother's cat, Mama Cat, did not share this magic. She was a large orange tabby with narrowed eyes and little patience for children. She claimed the sitting room couch as her throne and chased Meo Meo and me out whenever she felt like it. Even so, she belonged. She had her place, just as we all did. One evening stands apart from all the others. The house was quiet in the way only old houses can be, settled, breathing softly. My grandmother sat in her rocking chair, crocheting. The rhythm of the chair creaked gently, back and forth, back and forth. Her hands moved with practiced ease, creating something beautiful from thread without needing to look. I sat on the couch, legs tucked beneath me, watching television. The oil lamps flickered softly, shadows stretching and retreating along the walls. And then I felt it. Not fear, not excitement. Awareness. I looked up toward the top of the staircase. At first it was just light, a glow that did not belong to any lamp, any reflection, any known source. It was brighter than the shadows, but softer than electricity. It felt intentional. As I focused, the light began to take shape. It became a woman. She wore a flowing gown that seemed to move as though touched by a breeze that did not exist in the room. She did not walk, she glided. She floated down the stairs, her movements smooth and effortless, as though gravity did not apply to her. The staircase twisted at the landing, elegant and familiar, yet suddenly transformed. I had walked those stairs countless times, but now they felt like a passage between worlds. I was mesmerized. My heart began to beat loudly in my chest. I could hear it, feel it, but it was not fear, it was recognition, awe, something deep inside me responding to something equally deep outside of me. When she reached the landing, she hovered. Just for a moment, then she was gone. No sound, no rush of air, no fading, simply gone. I turned my head toward my grandmother. She was still rocking, still crocheting, but she was smiling, not surprised, not alarmed, not confused. She looked at me as though she knew exactly what I had seen. "Pretty lady," I said. The words came easily, naturally, as if that were the only description that mattered. My grandmother did not correct me. She did not question me. She did not tell me it wasn't real. She simply opened her arms. I climbed into her lap, pressed my face against her chest, and listened to her heartbeat. Steady, calm, sure. Her presence wrapped around me like a blanket, and I fell asleep. Years passed. Life layered itself over those early memories: school, responsibility, rules, explanations. The world grew louder, definitions multiplied. The unseen became something to outgrow, something to explain away. But the memory never left me. It stayed intact, untouched by doubt. I did not wonder if it happened. I wondered why some people see, why some children remember, why some elders smile instead of dismiss. My grandmother never spoke of that night. She never needed to. Her smile said everything. She had lived her life at the threshold, between birth and breath, between spirit and flesh. She knew the veil was thin. She knew not everyone noticed. And she knew I did. I believe children arrive remembering. I believe they see what adults have forgotten how to look for. And I believe that sometimes, just sometimes, the world allows itself to be seen as it truly is, if only for a moment. That night on the staircase was one of those moments. A reminder that reality is wider than what we are taught. That beauty does not always announce itself. That some truths do not need proof, only witness. And that love, recognition, and safety can exist even in the presence of the unknown. Especially then.
God bless. God bless. And the devil can't stay. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. God on my